Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to change your life overnight? I'm talking like you came across a YouTube video similar to this one. You know what I'm saying? You got pumped up, you got motivated, you got inspired, and you were just like, you know what? Forget everything. Tomorrow, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to start journaling, meditating. I'm turning vegan. No more alcohol. We ready to lock in and completely take over. And then within a week, if you're lucky, everything just falls apart and you're like, you know what? Maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Well, if you have, you're not alone. I have been there myself. I have been victim of thinking that just I'm going to make this massive monumental change, go 0 from 100 real quick, and just completely turn my life around. But here's the truth that a lot of these videos and big creators don't tell you. Major movement in life does not come from massive overnight changes. It comes from small, consistent action that build positive habits and continue to build momentum. And in today's video, I am breaking down how minor changes can create major movement in your life. Hello and welcome in. My name is Matty Pace, bringing a unique, one-of-a-kind divine style and grace to elevate and motivate on this YouTube space. And I make motivational videos that help motivate other people to become the best version of themselves. Now let's get back into the video. Now let's talk about why going from 0 to 100 real quick is sabotaging your growth, and how you can build a better you and a better lifestyle than you could ever have imagined through minor changes that create major movement, one step, one decision, one choice at a time. Now, I think a lot of us probably get wrapped up in this idea that the bigger the change, the bigger the reward. We're taught you work incredibly hard, you'll make an incredible amount of money. But look how that turns out for most people. It's not that change has to be this monumental thing. It can be very subtle, because going from 0 to 100 is like trying to run a marathon without ever conditioning yourself or running for a mile. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna fail. You're not gonna make it to where you want to be, where you aspire to be. So when you go from 0 to 100, when you start, going from waking up every day at 8 or 9 a.m. and then all of a sudden you just start waking up at 3 or 4 or 5 a.m., going to the gym, working out for an hour and a half, trying to meditate and journal and do all these things at once, before you know it, you just get exhausted. And then you think to yourself, why is this happening? I've been doing these positive actions. I've been completely changing my life, changing my eating habits, changing what I'm watching, doing all these things that all these gurus say, and nothing is changing. If anything, you're feeling worse about life and where you are, because now you just feel lost. The reason that these 0 to 100 moves don't really pay off is because the brain will see you wanting to make this incredible monumental change, and it takes it as a threat to your comfort zone, and it starts to trigger resistance from your own body within. Your body has this unique way of always trying to keep you comfortable, which is why it may not be easy to get out of bed early or eat healthier and go work out and push yourself past your limits of just wanting to go and fold in for the night. Your brain is always trying to protect you subconsciously, because it's like a nervous mother. It doesn't want to see its baby get hurt. So when you start introducing this overwhelming change into your life, going from 0 to 100, that's why a lot of times that sabotage, that failure happens. But there's a way to outsmart the brain in doing this, and that is the power of starting small. Like the title says, minor changes create major movement. And it's not about how much progress you experience, whether it's an inch or a mile, as long as you're moving in a direction that caters to where you want to be. Positive movement is positive movement. Don't get so caught up in the magnitude of your changes that you forget that you're still creating positive change. For instance, instead of committing to going to the gym or working out or going for a walk for an hour, why not just try for 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes a day? And then after a week or two, maybe you want to bump it up a little bit because you actually start feeling better. Instead of trying to meditate or do breath work or journaling for 30 minutes at a time or an hour, why not just try for 2 minutes, 5 minutes? I know it's tough to get a hold of your busy mind when you've never really found a way that works to calm it, but once you do this for a short period of time, you'll begin to expand and want to do it more and more because you're rewiring your brain. Before, when all these tasks would just exhaust you thinking about it, now it's almost as if you're getting excited about it. Because let's be honest, progress feels good. That's why I said the small changes in your life create big movement. Small wins, they start building more trust and reliability in yourself. You begin to prove to yourself that you are someone who follows through. You're someone who loves you. You're someone who sees your potential and now wants to, in some way, shape, or form, become addicted to continuing to find it and grow it and amplify it. And that right there brings us to our next step. Consistency over intensity. Like I said, whether progress is an inch or a mile, as long as it's going in the direction that is going to better you and make better quality life changes, you're doing the right thing. Stop focusing so much on trying to hit a home run. Just try to get on base. Try to make contact with the ball first. Just do something that's gonna make you feel good. A minor habit repeated consistently outperforms an intense habit done once in a while. Think of it like compound interest for all my people out there that are a little bit more in the mental than the physical. Small actions done daily will compound into absolutely massive moves. You're gonna start feeling it a lot of times before you notice it. When you start eating healthier, when you start taking better care of yourself, when you start hydrating more, when you start maybe reading some self-help literature, paying attention to more quality content on the internet, you'll notice that you begin to shift and feel a little bit differently about life now. What was a distraction, going out all the time, maybe staying home, just always drinking, always just kind of being busy for no reason, just trying to escape reality, scrolling on the internet. All of a sudden, it's like you do less of that because you're starting to feel so good that you actually want to get up and take action and continue to build on these positive habits that are just changing your life. And when you realize that you could have done it all along, you're gonna get addicted to wanting to do more of it, which is why when you start experiencing some results, that progress is like, man, if I only did this sooner. You know what I mean? I say it all the time. I'm like, man, I wish I would have, the only downfall of starting my own business was I wish I would have done it years ago. But it's always so funny because it's the small changes in life that lead us to these big wins. It's putting in the work when no one else would want to put in the work. It's showing up early when everyone else wants to sleep in. It's staying up a little bit later, doing what you need to do because you know deep down you're going to feel better after it's done. When you start taking better care of yourself, building more consistent habits over the intensity of those habits, once you start small, you start just changing who you are as an individual. And once you change who you are as an individual, you begin to shift. You begin to experience an identity shift. Every time that you make small, positive changes in your life, especially through consistent action and habits, you are voting for the person that you want to become. You're catering to the person 100 days from the day that you start. And pretty soon, when you get to that place, you can look back at when you started and where you were and how you felt and look at how much different you are now in this moment. And when you used to say things like, man, I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to get up early. Oh, man, I can't. I don't want a Monday. I don't want a Tuesday. I just, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to eat healthy. Now you're the type of person that says, man, I can't wait to wake up early tomorrow and get this week started. I can't wait to go to the gym or go out for a walk or go do yoga because I'm going to crush it this week. Because you start getting addicted to the feeling of being a beautiful version of yourself that maybe you once were, maybe you forgot about, or maybe you just didn't even know existed, and now you're discovering that person by creating that person. So focus on the minor changes, and that's why they create major movement. Those small, subtle habits, talking a little bit better about yourself, catering more towards the person 100 days from now, looking at what it is that you want in life, and a lot of times it's just to be happier. All those things come from a place of being a little bit more in love with yourself. So you may have been struggling before clicking onto this video, but now I hope that you consider change in a different way that is gonna be a little bit more warm and welcoming than that in-your-face David Goggins style of making a life change. Granted, we're all wired different. What works for one person may not work for another person. But if you're someone on the precipice of change, I urge you to give this idea, this philosophy, a shot and stick it out for at least a month. Small, positive action every day leads to small, positive habits. Your habits create your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is going to impact how you feel, and vice versa. And remember this before we sign off. Change does not have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be real, and it has to be yours. Whether it's one push-up, whether it's one page, one deep breath, those small moves, they add up. You can't climb a mountain in one giant leap. It takes thousands of small steps to get to the top of that mountain. So instead of trying to overhaul your life overnight, commit to being 1% better every single day, because minor changes create major movement. That's it. If this video helped you out, consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel where I drop new motivational videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're feeling froggy, leap into the comment section and drop one yourself of one small step, one small change that you are gonna start creating this week. Let's grow together consistently. You're built for this. Let's go! Wouldn't be me without doing a little dance at the end. You know what I'm saying?